Hello and welcome to Inside SingularityNET for April 2024. Greetings to all our Singularitarians who have turned out for voting on the merger into ASI Alliance. I am recording before the outcome of the vote is known, so you all know more than I do. And I'm very excited. We've had a huge turnout. It's been amazing to see the community come in such numbers for conversation, for voting, and so many people that care so deeply about the future of decentralized AGI and this opportunity to expand the community who cares and is nurturing the future of beneficial general intelligence as well. Super intelligence, in fact. We have so much going on this month beyond that vote that we're excited to share. The Hyperon Alpha launch is coming at the end of the month. We'll start our Tech Tuesday sessions back up next week. Platform Portal version 2 is coming up, and so much more that the SingularityNET organization and the spin-off leaders will get a chance to tell you about.
Hi, it's Matthew Iklé, Chief Science Officer of SingularityNET, with an update on progress in AI at SingularityNET for this month. A lot has been ongoing, a lot of which, however, is more foundational and not really big releases. But there's a lot that's going on, a lot in particular in a couple areas. One of them is in our experiential learning and the Iris system with Barrett Cook. And this is actually folding into Greg Meredith's Rolang system, which is designed for doing concurrency for Hyperon, concurrent meta. So that's one area where there's some forward progress and quite a bit of forward progress. One other big area I want to highlight is that we're looking at reputation within and on top of AI DSL itself. And so the idea here is that we're not just interested in, so for AI DSL, what we're interested in is using the usefulness of services. So how do you measure usefulness to suggest compositions of services to users, but also trying to use predictive usefulness. So predicting the usefulness to try to find service combinations of services that might otherwise not be immediately apparent. Those are just two examples. I mean, I could go on and on about all kinds of little pieces of progress that we're making at SingularityNET in term towards AGI. These are just the ones that are perhaps the most this week, most fully developed that I can report. But that gives you somewhat of a flavor, hopefully.
Hello, everyone. It's Sergey Shalyapin. Exciting times. I guess you know about the merge and the voting on the merge of three huge AI companies. The leading role of SingularityNET is in progress. I'm really excited about this. In fact, our technical team, is really deeply involved in the merge process and in the voting process to support it properly, to make it really, really comfortable. But generally, these are really exciting times. We are going larger scale and opening absolutely novel possibilities and new ways for us. So I like this idea of the merge as a whole, and the process which leads us to larger scale and to many novel developments. I would say that as a result, we will get the yes vote. In the end of all, will technically go massively cross-chain. So in terms of the platform, we will have many chains, and the platform itself and the AI marketplace will work across many chains. So right now we support Ethereum, Cardano, Binance, and we are going to support Fetch Network, which is Cosmos-based, and also many other Ethereum-based networks, which is mostly brought by Ocean Protocol. So we are really planning the detailed structure of ecosystem of different staking mechanics and bridges to make AI marketplace live across many chains. That's really interesting. Also, I guess that should bring much more capabilities in training AI. So we're gonna build our GPU and hardware infrastructure driven by AGI design, which is also really exciting. And we're doing that. We are going to connect a lot of dots we were going to connect for years. So yes, really exciting times. At the same time, we are progressing really well with our regular plan of platform development. It's got a bit slower just because we have a lot of tasks on the merging process itself, but not dramatically. We are progressing with everything, updating publisher portal, and we had several iterations of upgrade in order to make it just perfect for the onboarders, our dear onboarders, and to make it really easy to use. Also, we are working on our SDK ecosystem, including Python SDK. We also did significant upgrade of JavaScript SDK, working on Meta SDK, updating CLI and Daemon. And for sure, Daemon is a core component. Also had massive upgrade. We had several releases, and I could say we have a release every 2 weeks, improving the Daemon, extending its capabilities, and making it more robust. We are also working on wrapping some components in partnership with Internet Computer. I will mention some things about it a bit later, but anyway, we're also wrapping Daemon and some other components in a decentralized network to make it even more decentralized than it is itself right now. Also, we are progressing with our novel concept of Internet of Knowledge, and I would say the upcoming merge also brings a lot of interesting ideas and practical solutions to that concept. Thus, beyond Internet of Knowledge, which is a great idea itself, and could make AI practically decentralized as not only a network of AI agents, but as a network of knowledge nodes. But also we are working on the data layer, and we'll combine our efforts with Ocean Protocol, and that on data processing tools, on data aggregation mechanics, on many things. Data layer is always the basis of any AI development, and it's also significant to work in this direction. And I would say this brings a new breath to the whole ecosystem concept and the whole platform concept. I guess that's enough for today, and thank you.
Hello friends, it's Vita, Hyperon project manager. Please open your calendars and mark their Hyperon alpha release on April 30, 2024. The first AGI framework version will be available for the AGI community to experiment with. Specifically for this alpha release, we are making a web portal called meta-ai.io. meta-lang.dev. This will bring you to the meta documentation, which we've started filling in. And for your convenience of learning meta, we've made awesome meta online interpreter on this website, which works both for tutorials and playground. So even no need to install anything on your computer to be on the same page with us. Distributed atom space users guide and documentation is done and now available on GitHub. And we currently are discussing how we best put all this Hyperon documentation together. Should it be a different portal, or we will use this meta-lang.dev? I'll let you know next time. So now let's walk through other technical news on Hyperon. So currently we are testing end-to-end interoperability of distributed atom space plus meta plus bioatom space. This includes queries to the remote distributed atom space service. So by the end of April, DAS team will finish building their cache controller, cache system, which is an essential component for this interoperability as well. And in meta side, the next step for meta interpretation is Rust meta and minimal meta interpreters merge. And we will proceed further on meta performance improvement. Hopefully, groundwork on meta compiler in Kotlin will be finished in 2 weeks, and we could start working on its integration to Hyperon. In particular, right now, pattern matching and non-determinism are being added to the compiler, and well, you know, it's so amazing that we could do it in such a short time. I'm just excited with all those brilliant talents I'm working with. Regarding other Hyperon components, we have started integrating Metamoto with LangChain. And different companies around SingularityNET Ecosystem are now thinking about using Metamoto, and this is great. And it includes the funding grant winners. They will be using different Hyperon components and Hyperon as a whole as well. So Metamoto will be applied to main children, and this is a robotic project, and we are aiming to add some reasoning from Hyperon there, and we're thinking now about navigation by means of meta-nars and meta-iris systems. So probably in autumn we'll show you the result of this project. So after release, we're planning so much stuff, and basically we are focusing on applying Hyperon to other SingularityNET Ecosystem needs, extending applicability and proceeding further with experiments on reasoning and natural language and bioatom space and others. So we will continue the development, improvement, and scalability of meta and other cognitive components. We have come up with a plan how we build AI DSL and Meta SDK in such a way that it will empower all the opportunities of the ecosystem and SingularityNET platform and Hyperon. So we will move towards this plan. And also it is important to note, that AGI conference in August is very important for our team. We will have workshop on Hyperon and a bunch of papers and presentations explaining the current research and showing the most recent results in this research. So pay attention to reasoning system there. It will improve even further. So to conclude, I would like to note that Meta is a unique language and no analogous ever existed in the world. And now, after completing this main engineering part and all this work and conducting all the most important experiments, we see that it is definitely a perfect way to continue our research and to apply it to any kind of business and science And I would love to encourage everyone who is with us today to continue learning about Meta and start using it in your AGI research wherever you can apply it. And we need your feedback to improve the system, as applicability, scalability, real usage, and practical performance are very important. And we are focusing in these parts in long term. So yeah, please leave any comments below this video. I will read it, and the team would be very happy receiving your stars on GitHub. So thank you all for your attention. See you in the very near future.
Hello everyone, this is Loic from SingularityNET. So I'm coming to give you a report on what we've been working on lately. So as you have heard, we've been doing the ASI merger, right? So the three companies coming together. It's been a big chunk of our work, as you can imagine. As we get everything ready, we are coordinating the three teams. We are basically, especially from a marketing standpoint, we're working with the Fetch team, with the Ocean protocol team, and of course SingularityNET team to be able to get content out there and try to understand, okay, how are we going to work together? So we are doing a lot of planning right now, and we've been doing for the past few weeks as we announced it. We are doing as well some articles. So you might have seen that on the SingularityNET, we just came up a few days ago, a few weeks maybe. My brain is just a little bit mushed, but we came up with an AMA where Ben, Janet, and Mario, our head of blockchain, discussed about this alliance, what it means for us, and everything. So you can go on the website and have a read on this. We're going to produce a lot more content regarding the ASI to slowly ramp up the amount of content there. We also published this vision paper, so you can read everything that we have so far on it, give you an idea on the tokenomics, give you an idea about the reason why we came together to form this alliance. So have a look at it. It's on the website as well, and it's on our new website, superintelligence.io, which will be the main website for the alliance. We've had as well a great coverage. We had the likes of Bloomberg, CoinDesk, Yahoo coming in to cover the alliance and this formation basically. So we're very happy with the coverage. We get a lot more than the ones that I mentioned, but it's great. And also we are working right now for, as you may know, next week there will be the Token 2049 event happening, and the three teams going to be there. So we're going to get together, start to plan a lot of cool stuff, but we also potentially kind of like celebrating the launch at the event. Right? So more on that later. Lastly, as you have seen, we refrained from talking too much and showing too much visual about the ASI, and the reason why is that we are going to build a proper visual identity, so brand guidelines, logo, coin logo, and everything, and that will take a little bit of a time, few weeks normally, but it's already been contracted. So as soon as we have more to show, then we will. We're very excited about kind of like building the entire identity and brand identity of the ASI. We also started, before announcing the merge, we started something called Tech Tuesday. As you have seen, we kind of paused it, of course, due to this merger announcement, because it involves a lot of work. So we will resume the Tech Tuesday in the next few weeks as we kind of like settle back down and kind of like go back into business as usual. As you know, we still have the OpenCog Hyperon Alpha coming into the pipeline. So that means that we are still going to deliver some content related to that. We released some AGI related content on the website as well. So that's something you can read about. But it will come back very soon. Now, there's something that I'd like to talk about as well very briefly. Maybe that's something that if the audience is interested, maybe that's something that I can do on a monthly basis. But I wanted to talk quickly about the stats and kind of like the brand awareness and the marketing awareness that we have out there with our social media analytics. So few things that I wanted to talk about. In the last month, we had an increase of 40% on our website, which is pretty nice. That means that a lot more people get aware of who we are and kind of like all the content that we put out there. So it starts to pay off. So that's great. As you might have seen, we kind of ramped up our output of content, maybe in the text form or in the video form, but we are kind of like creating a lot more things. TikTok actually has been one of our big increase and kind of like resounding success, as we started purely organic, right? Just very slow. But now, for example, the latest one had 5K views, which might not be a lot when you think about the old big, people that spend their life on TikTok. But for us, as a self benchmark, it's a big improvement. So we're pretty happy with that. We also have a 10% increase on our followers on Twitter, so that's pretty good as well. Think that keep in mind that we are just doing organic stuff on there. And of course, our bigger impact, I think, and we start to see that as very, very powerful a platform for us is LinkedIn. Okay, that's where maybe if you remember a few months ago or something like that, I told you about this new strategy that we want to bring about, which is all about, getting the message across, getting ourselves involved where we are not necessarily invited in that conversation, but it's just putting the message out there. So we are really starting to do that from a lot of different angles, from a regulatory angle, from a policy angle, from a tech angle, and it seems to be paying off with a 22% engagement rate. And we also had a ton of we had, I think, 112% increase in terms of new members. So we're very happy. And of course, the success bleeds on the AI Navigator newsletter, which is increasing as well in a satisfactory way. So we are very happy with that. Least but not least, on a different matter, we are now in very good connection with the tech team. I mean, we've been for some time, but now we kind of agreed that there would be a 2 weeks cadence of updates that they will release to us. So now we know basically what's happening from a platform perspective, what's happening, what are the updates, what are the progress, the milestone that reach. So every 2 weeks we get something, and then we gather everything, and in the monthly update we actually talk about everything that's happening. And that was pretty much all I wanted to talk about for this session. So the team is really busy, and we're gonna keep doing the good work, and talk to you in the next one. Thank you.
Hello, Singularitarians, people who live beyond that cover of the uncertainty and still supporting our wonderful journey to this new sort of the environment. Here's the feedback about what's happening around partnerships. Soon we'll make several very large announcements in the major changes of the partnerships which have been recently signed. We started to work with social housing, and first of all, it's a large social infrastructure in Europe, and we do running their calculation of the carbon footprint. Secondly, there are going to be several events in April in several parts of Europe, and then in Dubai, where SingularityNET will present ourselves and the Desdemona, the robot. We will meet the academic community, and we'll talk about ethics and AI for AI Day. The closest event will happen on the 18th of April, and then the next large event will be in 23rd of May, which will also participate. So these events are driven by our partners, and the pure idea is to integrate our ecosystem and infrastructure into the discussion and future development frameworks and platform development with knowledge graphs, with our generic frameworks for AGI and BGI, and take a strong and bold discussion with a flourishing agenda, with a really good, promising names with these partners. What I can say, there are going to be several activations. First of all, that's what I can say as of now. Recently, we also signed up the very nice partnership from the Cardano ecosystem, which will make some announcements soon. There are going to be several also announcements about milestones of that we started to host large language model on the blockchain, which is very, very important. That makes makes us keep going to the centralized environment, which we are all aligned in. But we also started to work on the plans for hackathons. So there are going to be there are several ideas to run several hackathons for APAC region mostly. We are still like finalizing them, and unfortunately I cannot make some announcement yet. But all thing I can say that we are working on them. Of course, the big story is to circle up and envision the congruent approach for the partnerships with our friends and partners, a part of the Artificial Superintelligence Alliance that we are working now. We already started first steps by outlining the landscape of the partnerships we have and our partners have. And I believe next couple of months, and that is a global goal for Q2 for us, we will work to synchronize the general approach, how we as SAI with our partners, I mean as me as a part of SingularityNET, work together. What I can also say, we started to work with some nice people like Rejuve.BIO and if you remember last year, and there were no news about our recent developments, but I mean that's not because we don't do anything. We're actually doing really well, and we already reached several milestones. But I hope we will make some last point checks and verifications before I can make some proper announcement of our interim results. So regarding what's happening new in terms of the scope and partnerships, one commercial partnership being executed. I mean, it's signed and we started to work on it. We also exploring the so-called approach feasibility study for our large potential ecosystem that are interested to become integrated with the SingularityNET ecosystem. These brands are really well known in the crypto market, and we are working together, to identify and create features that can be appreciated by the global community itself, and also by the nerd snipping, literally. And those features are smart enough. I can give you some broad explanation about them. So first of all, we are working on designing the data network and supporting our AI marketplace with partners who can do verifications and who can design and help to provide the archives and storage for the centralized data lake, and also backed by the serverless infrastructure. That's our priorities in terms of the infrastructure layer. We see very important moment to invite and work with partners about AI reasoning for documents, and there are global intention from the global corporates from crypto industry to use large language models and AI reasoning like RAG instruments and much more advanced instruments to help justify the content and semantic layer around documents. And that's how we actually bringing in place the knowledge layer, which are a part of our global strategy, helping SingularityNET secure a strong place and play a competition game with a major player on the Web3 landscape. So, and the last, I think, but not least, it's a proof of value engagements which we are starting now. It's where we taking the data from a partner and use this data to either prove expectations or business models, or do reliability checks. I mean, which can be designed maybe or configured in line with the regulation or desired business strategy, and helping to do it with AI instruments. So, like, what I'm trying to say there is a multi-model strategy. There is no single line strategy which we're trying to follow. It's in the scope of our development. It's literally represented by the several axes, and each axis is very important for us. So we don't want to forget about the other axes. Those axes are input, products, and ecosystem of SingularityNET, which is integrating the spin-offs more with those partners we are now approaching. So because we are growing fast, and we started to do developing the criteria for the partnerships, we're now trying to focus on the top 100 companies from the CoinMarketCap, which is give us a very strong focus to provide them a necessary infrastructure and support to help them to meet their goals with AI instruments. I believe this approach will give us a strong background that we will secure ourselves as a key infrastructure player. But in light of our senior executives and the founder, Ben Gortel, we are following the general approach of pioneering. So we keep pioneering BGI, and we want to reserve this spot for us for this. And that's why the value engineering, which I represent, we are holding the state between the product-centric company and the technical capabilities, which have been recently outlined in February by the tech team. So thank you them, and thank you marketing team for such a great work. You can go and read this technical capabilities roadmap, which is a navigation plan for us, for our team. And we take these capabilities and convert them around the potential we see on the market with the particular brands, companies, initiatives, and then converting this into either the products, features, engagements, initiatives, or with the commercial realization. So what I can say to you is that all our partnerships we are working, they have specific definition of done, which we are designing now with our team. So it's not just a marketing blur, but rather it's working with tangible results to make practical integration of the our infrastructure components like Hyperon, knowledge graph, marketplace, data lake, AI DCL, and others. So there are actually a lot of different components which keep evolving out of the technical capabilities plan, and we're trying to loop them together in kind of the recurring products that we can launch with our partners that are signing this engagement. So still, SIO, Strategic Initiative Office, is a quite new role, but we keep evolving as through the greenfield. We keep framing us, but my message is to keep in the loop that we are the folks which is holding the position between the impact-centric approach and the product-centric approach. So trying to loop together the technical capabilities, input we can create, and the partnerships. I mean, for a broader perspective, we pick up them from according to our criteria, and our end results. We're trying to pull things in a very repeated way, so we can, in some way, in some time, back with relevant and appropriate infrastructure products. Folks, this is all actually. Thank you so much for hearing and listening, and I'm passing the potato to the next speaker. Thank you so much. Stay in touch.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here for this retrospective of deep funding last month. I would like to start talking about our efforts toward understanding and contributing with the information around the merge that we have discussed lately. So we are going to have the deep dive, which is the newsletter from the Deep Funding Initiative, the program, talking about mostly focused on the impact that this merge will have on the deep funding program itself, not the general framework that the SingularityNET Foundation is dealing already and making a lot of information and bringing news for you. We also have had the town hall of deep funding, which is the community-driven initiative for having community members talking and hearing about what deep funding is and what we are doing. We had a specific talk about the merge as well, with these impacts and questionings and etc. As we also had a listening session from the focus group, which is part of deep funding, community driven initiative, to hear what happened, how they felt about the process, and etc. So you can access our updates page in our deepfunding.ai website and check for these videos. Also go there for subscribe for our deep dive, which is the newsletter that I mentioned, so you can receive monthly news from deep funding and understand everything that's going on with us. As a next topic, we have good news. We are launching this week. We are having the specific town hall on Thursday, this Thursday, the 28th. We are going to have more information on the deep funding round 4, which we are launching next week. So what I can say now is that we are going to have pretty interesting pools for you to propose, vote as well, and assess. We have the regulars and new projects. We have also the ideation projects, right? The marketing pool with initiatives towards marketing that are common. The community-driven RFPs, especially focusing now in content knowledge graphs. Okay, so this is already coming from the previous rounds. What we have now, with a new approach for each, is the RFP design. So we are creating this pool where we are going to subsidize or fund teams that are willing to design RFPs. So this way you are going to be able to properly make these RFPs where they, in a later stage, teams are going to be able to apply for it and receive fund for executing what you designed. And your team can also propose to execute it, these RFPs. So this is something that we are bringing to make these RFPs in a phased way, in a proper way, in a way that we can be more detailed oriented and have even better outcomes. The sixth and last one pool, which is a new one as well, is the miscellaneous pool. So the miscellaneous pool is an interesting concept because we know you are all very creative. We love to ideate, and you love to bring new ideas and new concepts into the funding program, and consequently to SingularityNET. So you are going to be able to propose projects to be funded in that doesn't fit the regular pools that we have. So you can even also propose a project that we have the pool, but for some reason it doesn't fit in the rules and instructions that we give. You can bring a marketing proposal or a content proposal, for instance, education one that normally would go into the marketing pool, but for some reason, it might be because we don't have the budget for it because of a max cap. You can also propose there and be awarded with. With that, I close here our retrospective and upcoming things for deep funding now, and I appreciate your time and for being here with me. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to a brief March update on our decentralization progress. Last month, the Supervisory Council completed a series of community workshop sessions and subsequently have published the purpose document, which was written by Supervisory Council member Grace Rahmani on the basis of those workshops. The blueprint continues to advance, and the Council is starting to formulate the experimental designs that the community can then take forward over the course of the coming months. We also welcome Elizabeth Kuzma to the Supervisory Council team as writer for the blueprint. Elizabeth brings a wealth of writing experience as well as 2 years in the DAO space and a strong interest in community well-being and collective action. And last but not least, it's my pleasure to announce the launch of the new decentralization website, which has all the information about the blueprint. It has links to the working documents and information about the team and, of course, upcoming events. And we also include a shiny new blog. In time, the website will be superseded by another, more comprehensive site, which will encompass all the decentralized groups. Until then, though, this is your one-stop shop for all things blueprint related. Keep your eyes on the events section on the website for any upcoming decentralization events, and please come and comment on the blueprint documents. They're open for input. Thank you, and see you next month.
Hello everybody, quick update on community side of things. The main thing happening over the past month being the merger. And well, if anything, it's caused a big uptick in community discussion on governance and related topics. Was very interesting to see. There's a lot of talk about one person, one vote rather than one token, one vote. And that ties in with the ambassador program because we're experimenting on that. And we had our first successful governance decision on community, rather on quarterly budgets for all the work groups. And the way we do this is we track contributions by members over time. And then looking back on the past 6 months, you qualify, either you do or you don't qualify for having a say in the governance discussions. And yeah, our first vote passed on the Q1 budgets. We have 31 people eligible to participate, and 17 of those did. There was one initial objection, and we did get that sorted out. So we had consensus on that. So it was a small victory, and we'll keep experimenting there. It's just at the very start. It did also lead to some extra safeguards, let's say, on the budget proposal side of things. We'll have way better clarity on where funds get allocated, and yeah, that's a little update from my side. Happily experimenting and yeah, looking forward to see quite a bunch of the discussions on the merger also turning into contributions to the decentralization blueprint, which is open for comments. And later on, yeah, this is a never-ending story, right? Community governance. So yeah, hope to capture some of that current interest for more long-term contributions. Hope to see you in one of our many community calls and see you around. Thanks.
Hi everyone, so my name is Robert Wils. I'm giving you an update on the SingularityDAO ecosystem. So first of all, SingularityDAO, we started back in 2021. It was doing AFI, AI and DeFi, I'd say. DeFi with an AI narrative as a spin-off of SingularityNET, which is something that we're still building. So we launched PV1 vaults at the end of that very year. And ever since, we've been building on what we've dubbed PV2. So PV2 are Dyna vaults. And the Dyna vaults are going to be the first multi-asset, multi-strategy vaults in the DeFi space, which is going to be very exciting. We are hoping to release the PV2 this summer. So that's going to be in a very exciting time for SingularityDAO and for the entire ecosystem. At the same time, last year, during the bear market, we launched Rejuve, Sophiaverse, HyperCycle, and Cogito within the SingularityNET ecosystem. All these launches went very well. And thanks to this, we were approached by Chainlink last year to become their official incubator and Launchpad partner, which means that this year, during the bull market, we are now incubating and launching more than a dozen different projects in the next couple of months on the SingularityDAO Launchpad. One of them will be Twin Protocol, which is also part of the SingularityNET family. So everyone who is staking or holding HIX tokens on Cardano, and everyone who's staking SingularityDAO tokens can participate in the Twin Protocol IDO, which is in April or May. The date hasn't been announced yet, but it will be announced very soon, and we will launch this very soon. So this might actually be the last thing that the HIX token is going to give you actual value, so to say, before we do the big migration to ASI. So this will maybe be like a final goodbye of the HIX token before we move on to the next chapter in this very big adventure. Other than that, I mean, we're still doing some other things as well. We've integrated with Li-Fi, which means that we are now integrated with more than a dozen different networks and a limited amount of different tokens that you can exchange to the token of your choice. We've integrated with Polygon, and we're going to integrate with more networks during the rest of this year, support more wallets, of course. We're going to have a fiat on-off ramp this year as well to make the entire DApp more accessible. We've just released the entire roadmap for this year, so if you haven't seen that, please check it out. Go check out the new DApp. We're going to launch a new homepage as well very soon. And thanks for your attention, and I hope to see you on our Telegram chats or on the DApp. Thanks.
Hi everyone, Kennedy Schaal here, CEO of Rejuve.BIO, coming to you from the Fly Lab in Orange, California. So some really exciting things are happening here. We are at over $110,000 raised on our crowdfund, which is still live on our Net Capital landing page. You can access that through our Rejuve.BIO website. We are heading into a really exciting point of development for our biomedical research platform. We are in the process of designing the front end, and we are actually looking for a front end user experience designer at this point.
We would like a user experience designer who has biomedical research platform or has biomedical research experience. So if you are that person, or if you know anybody who is, we will be posting that job description on our LinkedIn today and across our various Twitter channels. So please look for that, and you can email myself at kennedy.schaal@Rejuve.BIO or Hedra@Rejuve.BIO, our CTO, and we will be hiring for that position. Moving forward, we have some other exciting things in the pipeline, getting ready to test our hypothesis generation for the platform, hence why we are moving into front-end development, hoping to have that ready for demos soon. Our crew is getting ready to head to the Dublin Longevity Summit this summer. Other exciting things in the pipeline. We're working on some publications, some joint partnerships were recently announced, one with Arian Biosciences using AI in cancer detection for lung cancer screening, and then another partnership with MilMed. They have a yeast product that has extended lifespan in C. elegans worms, and we will be exploring opportunities to test that in fruit flies and see what exciting insights can be gleaned from that. And so those are our current updates for Rejuve.BIO. Thank you. See you guys next month.
Where am I? What is this place? How did I get here? Well, I guess this is much less jarring for you than it is for me.
Hi everyone, I'm Logan, the conduit of efficient outcomes for Sophiaverse, and we've got a lot to share with you. So what you just saw was our gameplay teaser. So we've released in the white paper a long time ago that the kind of top tier metaverse participant in the Sophiaverse would be labeled as a guardian. I'm here as the NPC Guild, as a representative of the NPC Guild, and I've already staked my Soph. So I went through, you can see on Twitch, I did a video of me going through the process of staking Soph throughout these Guardian portals. And what the portals have done have now allowed me to get daily bonus multipliers on my resources. And you'll be able to see here kind of how those add up and stack up based on, you know, what you can do and for how long you can. So you can go through the different portals of 1K, 5K, 10K, 50K, 100K at 3, 6, or 12 month increments. What this means is that if you chose 3, 6, or 3 months, after 90 days, you'll be able to claim your Soph back, and then you'll be able to mint this Guardian Shield to your module. So you will need to have a sentience module in your account to be able to do this, because these will then mint into those on arrival. So we have, as you can see, Diamond, Transcendence, and Singularity at 100,000. And really the metadata on these is to ensure that you have what it takes, that you're overpowered, at least in season 1, to be able to move through the winds of the Sophiaverse easily and thoughtfully. What we really are moving into is the idea that everything you do in the Sophiaverse for yourself, your super organic personal humanoid, will be logged into the sentience module. All your points that you earn, all the resources that you gather, everything that you learn and grow inside of Sale will be stored inside of the module, and you'll be able to either endow that module with its own sovereignty, which we'll get into in a little bit, or you'll be able to add a benefactor, like a person who, in the case of your meat space body going away forever and ever, that they get to kind of pick up on your saved game. And that saved game not only includes all of your AI training data, but also your the assets that you store inside of the module.
Hello, everyone. This is Cloris Chen, CEO of Cogito Finance. I will be sharing some of our latest update on Cogito with our community. So first of all, during our last update, we mentioned that we were waiting for our service providers to officially bring our product on chain. So I'm happy to share that as of today, we are all set and ready to go. Currently, we are working on an end-to-end flow to ensure that every step is smooth for investor onboarding, and then we will make an announcement soon on the full product launch. So that's probably the biggest news for us. Second is we have launched our unbounded vote and yield vote for CGV tokens on SingularityDAO. So our communities are welcome to check out on SingularityDAO's website. Third is, I want to mention that we will attend Token 2049 in Dubai this month, and we will be sponsoring the Unwind RWA together with Polytrade. We'll be happy to meet up with our community there if you are going too.
Hi, I'm Melissa. I am the marketing director for Rejuve.AI, and I have this month's update from us. Our first thing and our biggest one that we've been working on for this quarter has been our ambassador program that we launched last week, basically encouraging a variety of different people from KOLs, moderators, influencers, clinicians, and such to be part of our ambassador program. If you want more information about that, you can see our latest blog post on our website about it and the allocation of the RJV tokens that go with it. We're accepting applications for the community moderators tasks right now. So if you want to, please feel free to apply. We'd love to have you. So we're super excited about that. In addition, this last couple of months, we've welcomed several new partners, in addition to having a couple of them also accept RJV as a form of payment, increasing our tokens utility. We just announced our latest partnership earlier this week with BioStrap, which is incredibly exciting wearable that basically just allows you to get more detailed insights, and then in turn also use that within our app as well. As for the ones that accept RJV, we have a new a store that basically sells health products and promotion and supplements that called Vita Authentica, based out of Canada, that now accepts RJV. Pepto Bioregulators does as well, and Glycanage. So in addition to Travala, which has already done that previously. So we're super excited about that. As we go through the next couple of months, you'll see several more partners introducing the RJV utility into their platform as well, so we can use it and purchase things outside of just on an exchange. So we're really looking forward to that as well. We also have a couple new partnerships that we're really looking forward to announcing in the following weeks. So stay tuned for those exciting announcements and such as well. So if you missed it, our CTO Debbie was speaking at BGI last month, whatever day it was. It feels like it was a while ago. I don't actually think it was, but she spoke at BGI a little while ago, and we had a really great time down in Panama, participating in the Beneficial General Intelligence Conference and learning what other in the ecosystem and outside had to say about how AI can continue to benefit us forward. If you want to watch it, you can go on our YouTube page and you can see the latest update for that. And then speaking of YouTube, we have a new podcast that we have launched in the last few months. It's called Healthspan Horizons, where we bring longevity professionals, people in the field that have various different feelings and thoughts on the latest trends and things like that onto our podcast, and we talk about it. So we have several episodes up there already. Would love for you to go and watch, take part in it. Our latest one had the SingularityNET CEO Ben on there. We have a couple coming up from other health and wellness places like Glycanage and BioStrap that I already mentioned coming up in the future. So should be really great. In addition, we've hired 2 new back-end people. They are both working on our development and our system DevOps. So we're really excited to welcome Mohammed and Kushal onto the team for that, to really round out the rest of our back end and continue to be working on the app as we progress into the next quarter. Other than that, we've had a really enjoyable time participating in several of the Cardano updates. Jasmine, the CEO, is going to be at the Token 2049 conference coming up in a couple of weeks, which I know a large variety of people are attending. Just really encouraging partnerships and relationships within the Web3 ecosystem. So looking forward to that. If you see her, I don't know when this is going to release, but if you do see her, say hi. Other than that, feel free to join us on all of our social medias to stay up to date with everything that's happening with us. And we'll see you next month.
Hi, everyone. This is Jerry Hall coming to you live from HyperCycle Studios in Costa Rica. And here is your HyperCycle update. We're proud to be continuing to fortify our Internet of AI. We are busy developing what we call our path to compute, right? We have the ability now to take licenses and merge them. You can take certain licenses with certain tokens and begin a tilling process in the cloud. This is revolutionary in that tilling is the first step for relationship and reputation building on the interweb, right? And so our Internet of AI has that first hurdle underway, right? Already happening. We're now in development of the final code so that actual AI modules will be able to interact with other AI modules on our network. Now, I don't have a timeline per se. I can't tell you that on May 2nd at 8 p.m. it's going to go live, but we are marching forward. And for those of you that want to follow along with that progress, I encourage you to follow our Telegram group. We are constantly doing tech updates now that will continually inform the community as to our technological progress. So we look forward to seeing you there on that platform. In other news, we are probably within 10 days from today, we are going to be releasing our documentary that we made in conjunction with SingularityNET, centered around the race to and journey to general artificial intelligence. That documentary will be released not just to the HyperCycle community, but to the entire SNET community. And we look forward to getting your feedback on that. With that, from Costa Rica, we'd like to say Pura Vida, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us on another amazing Inside SingularityNET, our April updates. I hope you are as excited as I am with all the growth, the opportunities, and the broadening of development that's happening within SingularityNET, within the ecosystem. I want to say again how excited I am about the amazing turnout for this vote for the ASI Alliance. It's been just stupendous to have so many great conversations throughout the community, across channels, so much participation, and this opportunity to broaden the number of stakeholders who are invested in the future of decentralized AI and ASI, and increasing awareness of BGI is so amazing to have on the table before of us, and let us all decide how we feel and where the next steps go. So thank you all. So grateful to everybody who's been participating, who's been in conversation, who has voted. And I look forward to seeing the results tomorrow like you have. We also have so much else going on. As I said, Hyperon launch is coming at the end of the month. We'll have more information about what that means, what the Hyperon Alpha looks like, what the Hyperon Beta will look like coming here more towards the middle or end of the year, which will be the bigger step that more people can get involved in. But how people can already start to get involved in Hyperon Alpha is critical as well. We have our AGI 24 technical conference coming in August. That will be in Seattle, Washington again. And we're looking forward to opening registration live for that as well. And so many other developments, as you've heard here. We're so glad to have you. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again next month, and we'll see you then. Thank you.